Brooklyn Independent Television.
Every New Yorker knows that space comes at a premium, and for artists working on large-scale works, this can be a real challenge. Fortunately, there is Lumenhouse, with all the light and all the space you could possibly want in a studio.
My name's Marshall Coles, and my wife and I founded Lumenhouse about a year ago. I'm a cinematographer, she's a fine artist. That might best describe why the place exists. It's a collaboration.
About a year and a half ago, I got my first large-scale sculpture commission. I needed to find a space big enough to make a 65-foot sculpture out of 9,000 plastic bottles. I wanted to build it in its entirety before it was installed 4 stories up. I had to find a big space. So I found this space and walked in here, and it was dilapidated, ceilings caving down, and we renovated it and made it so that we could make the work in it. And then we had a 4-year lease, so we were like, well, how are we gonna make this sustainable?
When we first got the space, we really were just kind of focused on getting my wife's commission completed. When we were about halfway into the project, we had some friends come by that were coming just to see the process and see how we were doing. It just all were blown away by the amount of space that we had and how kind of user-friendly it was. And it started there where people were like, you know, you really should do something with the space. You should turn it into, like, you know, art studios or just rent it out for photo shoots, whatever. And as our name got out there, it was like overwhelming how many people in the neighborhood wanted to see the space and came here and were using the space for photo shoots and needed to know about it for, you know, art performances and things like that, and had events that they wanted to hold and that didn't have anywhere to go. The local arts organizations like Shea Bushwick and like Arts in Bushwick completely opened up to us when we first introduced ourselves, and it just seemed like this crazy symbiotic relationship. It was like, you know, a brain without a body and a body without a brain. It just happened, and we were like, oh my God, this could be great. Like, they need a home, we need a brain, and this is perfect. So I'm hoping that it just continues because we've had so many great experiences here, and it just feels like a lot of people are looking forward to us staying. So
Lumenhouse actually has been one of our most generous supporters, along with Norte Mar and a couple of other places. They've been really instrumental for Arts in Bushwick, and it's not a good time for art spaces economically. They have a photography studio that supports their art space and their ability to do things like support us. But because they haven't been getting a lot of shoots, we're doing a benefit party for them to give them a little kickstart and also hopefully expose people to how multi-use the space is. It's very good for performance, it's very good for events, it's lovely as a gallery.
I feel really lucky to have found Lumenhouse. I just found it on Craigslist. So sort of within Lumenhouse and the people that I've met here, I've branched out into other groups. It's amazing. I thought it would be extremely competitive. I found people really just want to enhance New York and the culture and themselves, and it's been really nice.
we have like the kind of 3 components. We have art spaces in the back that are rented, we have the exhibition space here, and then the photo studio. And it sort of works well for each of them because they all are so accessible. You can see the art studios, people are here seeing events or exhibits. A lot of that stuff is all pretty related. Even though they're definitely different industries, it's like, they help, you know.
I graduated about a year ago, and so I needed to find a space where I could create large works. So when I came here, I was just, as soon as I walked in, I needed to do whatever I needed to do to get in here. And when she told me it was $300 a month, I was like really thrilled to find the space. And that's why I've been really involved in trying to get this fundraiser going, and because it's in my interest as well to have this space and be able to get away and to be able to share space with our other artists. I really find that inspiring.
The benefit has just been this amazing outreach of help. Like, everybody that has ever walked in the doors of this place seems to be involved in helping to make sure those doors stay open. It's been incredible. Like, we were really thinking we had to back out of the space, and within this month there were easily 20 people that just kind of said, no, you're not going to fall.
Right now we're standing in the photography studio, We have a 20-foot white cyclorama that we rent out mostly for fashion shoots. People use it as a space to practice and refine their performance projects. We like to use it as a bit of a gestation chamber for performers and artists. We also use it to document artwork. We're in the middle of hanging a show that opens tomorrow. We basically set it up so that they're only 8 feet tall because we like the open feeling of the space. And in this exhibition space, we have, for the auction tomorrow, about 45 pieces of artwork. We're all participating and exhibiting their work. And then we also have the private art studios, which they're semi-private art studios. And sort of the idea behind this was to have 4 artists be able to use the space at an affordable rate and have it be open so that when there are studio visits for any of the artists, we all get to benefit from that.
We are sponsoring the Lumenhouse fundraiser benefit because they do a lot of great things, I mean, for Brooklyn and for artists in general. The word is out that they need to be helped out, and Butternuts Beer would definitely love to help them out in every way possible.
I have a mixed media sculpture that hangs on the wall called The View from Above and Inside. My expectation is to sell some work and to continue this great space.
So far I've seen some really amazing artwork in different varieties, a lot of beautiful photographs and collage work. And everything is priced to get out the door, which is really exciting just to raise money for Lumenhouse.
Brooklyn Independent Television on the BCAT TV network.